The original Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, just celebrated its 30-year anniversary here in the US. Now, a lot of people still have their original NES, myself included, but odds are they don't exactly work too well. I mean, let's be honest, they really never work that well. So sure, you can get one of those cheap emulation knockoffs out there that water down the experience, or you can opt for something like this. This is the Analogue NT, and it's a built-from-the-ground-up reproduction of the original NES. This uses the same CPU and PPU chips found in the NES to run games, giving you an exact replication of that system and the way it played. Now, this is the ultimate console for NES purists, for the gamer who wants that uncompromised experience on a modern TV. Analogue really did their homework here. This thing is gorgeous, right down to the circuit board. And the console's got some real weight to it. I mean, this is a solid block of aluminum right here. It just feels very significant. It's clear a lot of attention and respect was put into the manufacturing of the device. Now, out of the box, the console can play any NES or Famicom game. Famicom's what it was called in Japan, and that totals over 1,000 titles. It's got 2 separate slots for NES and Famicom cartridges as well. And there's also 4 NES format controller ports up front, and the system already ships with 2 to get you started. So I've been holding off a bit on the price of the Analogue NT, and that's because it starts at $500, which, yes, is a lot of money. And if you want the impressive HDMI HD up converter, that's an extra $70. Okay, so if you're thinking about getting one of these, you almost have to get that HD upgrade so you can play games in 720 or 1080p. But I mean, look at this quality. It really is like a pixel perfect experience. There's also a quick menu that's loaded into the system that lets you mess around with the resolution and a few other settings, filters, and processing. Now, the NT does a great job of playing your old NES games, and it could actually breathe new life into your old school collection if you've got a bunch of 8-bit games laying around collecting dust. I know I have a whole trunk full of them at my parents' house. Now, yes, at $500, the Analogue NT is obviously not for everyone, but in the same way that an audiophile is looking for an uncompressed, rich sound, or the way a hardcore movie buff wants that perfect reproduction of a classic film, the Analogue NT does that for original NES games, if you're willing to pay for it. I'm Jeff Bakalar. Thanks for watching.